Om. In this video, I'm going to give you a very cool and short case study, hopefully short, on Nikola Tesla, a little bit of Thomas Edison, but specifically how the name promised this guy money, but then that he would lose it. And we're going to look at a couple other things as well that is really cool that will help you to learn your chart better as well. So here is Thomas Edison. We want to look at Nikola Tesla first. So number one, 28 life path. What do you know about 28? Steve Jobs, 28 life path. Elon Musk, born on 28th. Bill Gates, born on 28th. Vladimir Putin, born on 280th day, married at 28, had a kid on 28th. Elon Musk also had a kid on 28th. 28 is Apple. 28 is Google. Coca-Cola used 28. It's the number of wealth. The billionaires in the highest ratio, number 20 is the number that you'll find the most associated with Fortune 500 companies and billionaires. So Nikola Tesla, against odds. Now I just popped into his chart today, so this is kind of a raw take, but he's very famous for kind of dying poor. And so I look at his chart, number one, I see, wow, he's a 28 life path. So he did have a lot of potential to make money. Another calculation you could see here, the 17.8. This is also a very, very positive money number. Now this is based on his birth date, which is his potential, where the name actually controls how that potential manifests into the world. So you can have the potential for something, but the name is kind of what promises it or blocks it. So number two, I can see he had the 56 year. He was born in 56 year in a dragon year, if I'm not mistaken. And 56 is a very, very good number for convincing people. It's very, very charming, very, very charismatic. Also a pretty good money number because 5 and 6. You have 38 here. 38 is also a good money number as well. Now, if we keep looking down further, number one, continuing on the theme of money, we can see that his destiny number is the 35-8. Now, 3, 5, and 8, that combination of numbers is sometimes called the money triad. So it is a great fortunate number for money. We look a little further and we can see there's a 17.8 again. This is his. So these three charts are based on the name. This is his full name and physical body. This is the emotional body and the vowels. This is the etheric body and the consonant, sometimes called the personality chart, which is kind of how they focus their energy into the world, how they're perceived. The vowel chart is what they naturally attract, how they see and feel themselves on the inside, raw desire and raw potential. The physical name, the physical body, and the full name is showing you kind of what manifests, the human self. This is the end of the road. So all these charts are fractals of each other. They all stack on top in layers. This is the outermost layer, so it's showing you kind of what manifests. So going back to the money, the 3, 5, 8, okay, fantastic. The 15, 6, this is a really good number for getting material favors and material prosperity, and it's sitting on top of a 24, 6. 24, 6 is a fantastic money number. It's also a number that is associated with people who are able to easily profit from those in higher positions of power, higher echelons of society, which he did. And then there's the 33, 6, which is another number like the 24, 6. Really, really good at making a profitable network and relationships. So he had the money numbers. There's the 19-1. Now, most of all, here's the 28-1. Now, this is the heart/throat center in the physical body. This is called the cash flow center as well. One of the things we look at this for is their cash flow. He's got the 28-1 here, mirroring the 28, vertically integrating the potential of the 28 life path. This is very powerful. On top of a 35-8. Very, very good. With the 15-6, 24-6 supporting, the 17-8, this is their intention. They want to create something that will stand the test of time, something immortal, someone who's got a lot of skills. Tesla, 93. This is the number of the polyglot. This is the very, very intelligent number. But the 17-8 keeps popping up as well. This is a very, very intelligent number as well. A lot of skills. The 16-7. The 16-7. This is where we're going to start getting into it. Now, in Tesla's story, he died poor. So he lost all of his money. And why? This is the main point of this video, is to show you how important the pillar numbers are. So pillar numbers are the root chakra, but they're also how each of these charts are polarized. It's the spine of the chart. It's how the chart comes into integration or integrity. So a strong pillar number will make it so the chart is very, very robust. But polarized in the sense of, this is a general theme that the whole chart is wrapped in. So in the case of his human self chart, this is called the destiny number, which is the expression of the name line. The destiny number is showing money. And it's amplifying this 28, the 28, the 17-8. So he's got a lot of money potential in here. The 33-6, also a great money number. And believe it or not, 22-4, also a number associated with Billionaire. So is the number 19. A lot of good money, a good money network. But the 16-7, this is the pillar number for this destiny. That means this 35-8, that means all this potential is resting on a foundation of 16-7, which is a core theme, which is what I'm calling as the promise of the chart. The pillar number shows you there's money potential, but is it going to be promised? Is it going to be there? So Nikola Tesla, a great example. He made money, but he lost it. And why? 16-7 is called the Shattered Citadel. It is a number characterized by loss of status, loss of self, loss of relationships, but in this case, loss of status. And you'll notice that Tesla, which is kind of what he went by, Tesla is his name, that everyone called him by. Tesla is how he's known, how his name was immortalized. It wasn't immortalized as Nikola, it was immortalized as Tesla. Makes that vibration very, very strong. So these two numbers here amplified this potential for loss of status. So while he had the money, it was loss of status. That is why the pillar numbers are such an important calculation for those who are designing names. And as a name numerologist, master certified, expert certified, and also the most passionate aspect of numerology for me is name numerology. It's what I study the most, what I'm most drawn to. I've legally changed my name. I've done it for other people. This is my most passionate subject, and I can tell you right now, I've known for a very long time the pillar numbers, so I do know one name numerologist who says that, well, if the name chart is good, the pillar number is not as important. You can have a weaker pillar number here. And from what I've seen in my experience, I have to strongly disagree with this. The pillar number is the foundation. So this also shows that the 16-7, when Tesla, because 16-7 is one of the highest anxiety numbers, because the 1 and 6 going back and forth, 1's the identity, 6 is selflessness. It's a constant survival mode number, because 1 is trying to hang on and hold on to itself. The ego doesn't want to die, and it causes a lot of anxiety. And so between the 8 and 15-6 here, this shows somebody who really tried to maintain control. If they lost control, it would be a lot of anxiety. And so the 16-7 here shows that if this anxiety did kick off, it would throw this whole chart out of whack. It would start to manifest some of the bad qualities. For example, 28-1, wealth number, but 28-1 is also a number of legal battles and also is a number of loss of money as well. When you go into debt, it's called the lion and the lamb. So 28-1 in imbalance can cause loss of money, bankruptcy. It's a number of, especially if you break your promises. Now, what's interesting about Tesla is Tesla had a problem with, he didn't want to commercialize his inventions. So he had all this potential for even making more money than he had, but he was a very principled man. And why is that? Because the number 9 here is his life theme. 9 in balance is the code of the warrior. So they are very, very, they operate on a code of morality and integrity. Their word is their bond. People have to tell the truth. If they don't tell the truth, they don't like those people. And if number 9 people, if this energy is present in the chart and you lie to yourself or you say a lie, you kind of will have a secret resentment to yourself. So this gives him a very, very good code of conduct, especially with the 72-9 as well. Very, very intelligent guy. But also the number 1 in balance also is somebody with a high moral integrity. You'll see the 10 and the 1, the 9 here. You see it here as well. The 19 is first name. So he did have a moral code. Where if you look at Edison's got a very interesting chart. You could see his pillar, the 35-8, the money triad, shows that his chart promised the money because he did have also money numbers as well. There's the 24-6, the 17-8, very, very good money numbers, the 35-8, 37-1, the number of the Royals, also a very good money number. But you look right here, by the way, the 35-8, 23-5, Royal Star of the Lion, 35-8, again, money triad, 14-5, another very prominent billion number, good at making money fast. But look at his pillar number, his personality. What is that there? The 21, 28-1. That means that the foundation of how he focuses energy into the world was he wanted the money. Where Tesla, What did Tesla want? Innovation, 13.4. And the big story of this was the story of capitalism and commercialization versus pure innovation was what Tesla wanted. Now, the 20 and the 13.4 here, the 20 is the number of passion. He's born in the year that adds to 20 as well. So it means that 20 is a number of people who like to follow their passions. So Tesla, the way he focuses his energy into the world, he's a guy who followed his passions for innovation. That was what was important to him. That was what he gave priority on. He didn't really care so much about money because 20, they don't really have to care about money. Money just kind of finds them. That's what this number is associated with. And especially with the 16.7 here, not really attached to material things. Whereas Thomas Edison very, very much was. 6 here, 6 is the number of attachment. The greatest attachment number is 6. The coiled serpent, the 6 here, the energy in the bottom, attached to the sexual chakra, the sacral chakra, the number of bondage, binding. That's why 15.6 is the devil's card in tarot. The number of binding, willingly binding yourself to some sort of lusts or passions. And here, bounding to money. Here, focuses on money. A rock star who wants to focus on money, that is what's important to him. Especially quick money, 95.14.5. He wanted quick money. And so this is a guy, by the way, Thomas Edison has a very, very high network for sociopath, psychopath. Combinations of 6, 8, and 4, and 6. You can see it all over the place. First of all, he's got 22.4 in every aspect of his psyche here. Number 22.4 in imbalance, and this is definitely an imbalance, is the number of delusion. Taking advice from wrong people, being cheated, and attracting a wrong network of people. Because 6 is very good at attracting networks, but what kind of network is defined by this 22.4? Bad influences, bad decisions. That's why Tesla ended up making money, because he kind of got in with the evil crowd, the powers that be that don't want to see humanity like having Tesla inventions where free energy. They weren't really into that. They wanted to put a meter on it. They wanted to measure it so they could profit. Tesla was all about it. And here you have this whole delusion chart, 6 and 4, 6 and 4, the 4 and 8 here, the 6 and 8 here. The whole chart is with this 8. You have again the 6 and 8. Remember, this 6 is sitting in the center of this, the 8, the 4s, the 6s. Here again you have the 6 and the 4 here, the 6 and the 4 here. You have the 8 and the 6 here. And there's, let me just look for any more because I know there was more here. The 8, the 16, 7, 8, 9, 8, and 12. The further the 12s, the 9s, the 13, 4s, these are further numbers that imbalance it. He had a lot of these sociopath numbers and a lot of imbalances around it. The 11, 2 in the middle, he wanted to prove himself. This is what this is showing in the center name here, in the middle name, how he kind of is on the inside. 11, 2, an imbalance. They want to prove themselves. They feel neglected. They want to prove themselves. So Thomas Edison was set up in a different way than Tesla. Tesla was more authentic. Tesla prioritized innovation, where Edison was all about the money. And Edison really didn't care if he had to step on other people's toes, if he had to manipulate people, because that's what 6 and the 8 is, 6 and 4. 6 and 4 is about manipulation and then lying, kind of stabbing people in the back, and 6 and 8 in imbalance is about using charm in a very cold, detached way for power. Edison had this in a lot more abundance, especially with the 15.6 here and this 35.8. This is a big theme, big story right here. Manipulation for money, manipulation for power, feeling like they needed to prove themselves. So two very different guys, and you can see how the way their lives played out. Nikola Tesla had money potential. He did manifest some money, but he ended up losing it. Edison kind of sold his soul in a way, and a very delusional guy, and made money a priority over anything else, and was okay with manipulating other people. And 22 also, in this imbalance as it is somebody who is in delusion that will lie to themselves and therefore has no problem lying to other people. So this is a chart where Edison is not a guy that you want to trust, basically, and it's not a mistake that he kind of, took the ball and ran with it and kind of went for the using science for money over using science for innovation and helping the world. Okay, with that said, I'm going to end this video here. The main thing was I want to draw your attention to is the pyramid number, or the pillar number, sometimes called the column number. This is very, very important when you're looking at your name if you ever decide to change your name. This is not something you want to do lightly. As someone who's looked at a lot of names, I cannot stress this enough. You do not start picking numbers for just, oh, that's a good number, let me change my name to it. I just did a case study in Greg, Colorado, another great example of a guy who had really strong name numbers, but the name wasn't balanced and ended up causing a karma penalty, which is why he died at age 44. I just posted that video. Check out my case study on Substack. I've done a case study on a woman who had a heart attack from a legal name change through a marriage. The name itself caused a heart attack, which I could pinpoint in her destiny rose. Do not change your name without consulting with a professional. Now, I am doing $55 readings, 28 minutes long, where I'm going to be analyzing your birthday versus your name to show you what you need to be aware of, and also some practical success strategies that you can use, solutions to work with what you have, and also some other things as well. I'm doing those for a limited time. It's not always going to be that way, but I want to get this information out there because this is a big theme going on. I've seen on YouTube, you have a lot of people talking about name numerology, and some of them are using Pythagorean, some of them are using more Vedic stuff. This is Chaldean numerology. This is the original numerology. This is really where Chaldean shines, is in name numerology above all other things. Of course, in prediction as well. Because the name in Chaldean is coded to the phonetics of the letters, not the organization principle where they appear in the alphabet. I'll make a separate video for that. So check out my website, aaummra.com, where you can learn about how to get the book your consultation. Make sure to follow me on Substack for more case studies like this, and also information you can use to learn about yourself and other people better. Substack.com/@Amra. Until next time, happy manifesting. God bless. Om.